Good evening. I often get asked a question about having an insulin pump and like how do you change it? What do you do? How often? And it is 11, almost 11:30 at night. And I stinking ran out of insulin. So this is real life. It happens every 3 days. And so I thought I would share what you have to do. So since it's Diabetes Awareness Month, I'm going to tell you. So here's the pump right here. So we have my 116 current blood sugar. Good. So this symbol right here, the red one, means that I am down to like less than a couple units of insulin. So I have to change it because if not, it'll be that in the middle of the night and you'll wake everybody up. So I just have to take out this reservoir right there. And then I rewind the pump. And I'm sorry, no makeup, nothing. I literally was in bed. And you have to rewind it. So I got it to the right screen. And I rewind that. So while we're doing that, I have a mini bottle of insulin, $300 of life right here. And for those that say, oh, they have it at Walmart for $25, not all insulin is created equal. So yes, my cat uses the $25 kind, but I can't, unfortunately. I have this from Vial Safe. You put this on your bottle of insulin, and that way if you drop it, you don't shatter the $300 bottle of life. So I keep that at all times because I've shattered too many. So you just connect the reservoir to your insulin, push it down, and then let this fill. So fill that up. Sorry, it takes a moment. I've been doing this now I think I've been on a pump now for about 12 years. So, get down, cat. The other night, my cat ate through the tube in the middle of the night. That was a bad night. So, that's like a toy. I have to keep her away from it. So, disconnect all this. And then, my cats are about to fight. I put the Vial Safe back on so that I do not break my vial. Put that up. So I currently have a full reservoir. This is 300 units of insulin. It lasts me 3 days or so. Then I have to take my old one off because I haven't done that yet. It's actually the first thing I should have done. And so this is what it looks like after it's been used. There is a cannula. I can't show it right there. So the cannula goes in and stays there. And I'll show you when I insert it. There's a needle on it originally, and you pull the needle out, and the cannula stays. This is nothing more than a type of Band-Aid. Rips right off. You don't even feel it. No big deal. Cat, move. Okay, so here is what's called an infusion set. Also very expensive. I'm not cheap. I'm high maintenance. Cat. Sorry. We're still getting used to having a kitten around. So now, you take this and you connect them together. There's a needle inside there that basically goes into like a little kind of rubberized piece right there. Connect, twist and lock, and then you put that in here. And there we go. So new reservoir, I have to basically load it at this point. So like it's like priming it, getting that ready. So it takes a minute. Okay. And now that it's loaded, I actually have to fill the 42 inches. The cat, I tell you. Sorry. So now that I load it, I have to fill the tubing. There's 42 inches of tubing right here. So is it 42? Yeah, that was the 42 inch. I've had different, this is actually 43 inch. I've had different sizes, but I like the 43 inch best. So now I have to fill that. It takes about 13 units of insulin to fill that. And you know it's filled because a tiny drop will appear on the needle. So I just watch for that drop. There it goes. Oh, 13, right on. So you can see some of it's coming out. Sorry, it's a horrible video. I'm not good at making videos. Shake it off. You knock off any excess drops because those will burn like the dickens whenever you insert. It hurts. And if you've ever smelled insulin, it's not a pleasant smell at all. It has a very strong medicinal smell. So you peel off the stickers. So now at this point I have a needle and there's a cannula inserted over it. Still got some bubbles there. And then I have an inserter. This is a very old inserter. I've had it since I first got the pump. They don't give you a new one every time you get a new pump. And I'm too cheap to buy a new one. They have like newer ones that are like better, but I like this one. So, and then I put this in here. And then you push it down with the cap and push that down. Okay, so then you can see kind of it's inside of there. Now I have to find a good spot. They say anywhere you have fat is a good spot, so I'm good to go. But different areas of your body have different like sensitivity to insulin. My actual best spot is my leg, like my upper thigh, like outer thigh. That's where I get the best absorption, but I rip it off every time. Like every time I pull my pants up and down, I rip it off. And so I'd go with like my stomach. Over time you build up scar tissue, and so you really have to be careful about rotating sites because you will build up scar tissue, and when you build up scar tissue you don't get as good absorption. So there'll be times where like I'm like, crap, that's a bad site, because my blood sugars will run higher than normal than they would if I do a different site. And I also have to make sure that whatever site I choose is the same site as my CGM, because if I don't, they'll lose connection. So they say that you can be 6 feet away from your CGM and still maintain connection, but it's not true. So excuse me while I find a site. I got a lot of site to cover, and I probably won't show you just because it'd be hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time, and you don't need to see all my fat rolls. So anyway, what I'll do is when I find it, I will push those buttons and it'll just quick. Typically doesn't hurt unless there's insulin on it, so I tap it to make sure there's no insulin. Get my site, and I should probably do something like clean it with alcohol, but after you've done this a while you kind of quit doing that. I don't know, maybe I'm bad, maybe I'm not. I don't think I'm the only one though. Ouch. Stings a little bit, nothing. Sometimes it'll hurt really bad. But then pull out the needle. So there's the needle, and then it has an auto safety cap. So there you go. And then you can see, there it is. So that is how you insert a new reservoir and infusion set with the Medtronic 670G pump. So now I forgot to do the next step. Okay, there we go. And ta-da! The best feeling is when everything is green. So currently everything is green except for my battery. It is yellow, which that's fine. I got another day, probably another 12 hours or so on that battery. And you do have to use high quality AA batteries. I only use Duracell, sometimes Energizer, and a battery lasts me 3 to 4 weeks. Now, some people tell me their batteries last like days. I've never had an issue with that. So that is a day in the life of a type 1 diabetic, and what I do every 2 to 3 days. Then maybe I'll show a site, CGM, next time, but that is this, and it's a different process. So I'm out of stickers. This is my last pretty sticker. I ordered these stickers from sugarpatch.com. Amazing website. They do all kinds of cool stickers. My dad puts them on for me, and a lot of times, because I do it in the morning after Randy's gone to work, and so they get creases in them. Sorry, Dad. He tries. They're hard to put on. But I buy these. Otherwise, they just have like a generic skin tack type tape, and I don't like that. And this just looks prettier. So anyway, sometime I'll show you that. But not tonight, because I don't have to do that one until Tuesday. All right, thanks for listening. And I just wanted to share a little bit about some of the things involved with being diabetic. That's just one that keeps me alive. Thanks.